And Anuj Gupta, who's a commodity expert, is joining us on the show. Mr. Gupta, very good afternoon to you. It is looking like a sparkling afternoon, at least as far as gold and silver are concerned.
Exactly. In last trading day, we saw a big correction in gold and silver prices. Even gold tested the low of 48, 80 dollar per ounce, and silver also tested the low of $72 per ounce. So, but today we saw a positive trend because there is a bargain hunting, and even you can say traders who are not bought silver in the last few days, they are like to buy at that current point of time because the correction in international market and uncertainty definitely providing support to the gold and silver prices. But in last few days, if you check from last 10-20 days, we saw that gold and silver prices moving between a range, and we are expecting the range. We have seen that prices will trade in this range, and we are not expecting so much upside and lower side prices in the gold and silver, but yes, expecting a very range bound momentum in gold and silver. But yes, definitely, who bought on a higher level, they are buying averaging on that lower levels.
No, absolutely. And in the near term, what are you then expecting in terms of price levels? Anything that makes it to your radar, both in terms of triggers as well as price levels?
See, in domestic market, gold is trading around almost 1,53,000, and silver is also trading around almost 2,37,000. So prices are on very lower side, but there is a one concern that Russia is trying to buying or to start trade in the dollar with the US. So that will be a little bit negative for the gold and silver, because if they bought dollar, so probably the demand from the dollar to shift, demand from gold to shift in the dollar, so that would be little bit negative. And also we have seen the positive momentum in dollar index may be seen here, so that would be a little negative. But yes, on a domestic front, or if you check about the value buyer, we are expecting that on lower levels, gold and silver may be looking very attractive. On a lower side, $4,700 or $4,600 per ounce are the very good level where investor can buy gold. And on domestic market, we are expecting almost 1,20,000, 1,30,000 are the very good level where investor can buy gold for the longer term perspective. And on silver side, we are expecting that 2,20,000 would be a very strong support, and on the international market, almost $60 would be a very strong support where investor can buy. But on a current point of time, we are expecting a very tight range momentum in gold and silver, as we saw yesterday and we saw today. So we are not expecting so much big and
No,
the big
absolutely.
move
No,
in the
and
gold and
it
silver.
is it is something that you're seeing being reflected in the prices also. There's quite some bit of volatility that you're seeing coming in as far as the entire precious metals complex then is concerned. But if somebody is invested in gold and silver at this point and they're sitting, holding their seats, trying to figure out where to navigate from here, what's your advice for some of these investors who've bought in either through the physical commodity itself or maybe through even ETFs? What are you suggesting they do? Do they stay away, just sit on the sidelines, wait for the volatility and the dust to settle a little bit?
See, if they have a long-term vision, definitely they start buying from here. But if they have a very short-term vision, we are not expecting so much move on a higher side in gold and silver prices. So we are not recommending for the short-term traders. But yes, if somebody has a long-term vision, if somebody have a long-term horizon for investment, they can start on that level also. Because for the ETF traders, we are recommending ETF investor, we are recommending that they can start buying on a very staggered manner, or buy they can start buying in every month on a lower side levels. So in ETF, they can start SIP kind of thing. So that will be good for the investor. And these level, if you check, silver almost corrected by 50% from its high. So that is a time where investor can start their journey in gold and silver for the investment through ETF.
Well, absolutely, and that's something that there's quite the opportunity right now for a little bit of bargain hunting in a market like this one. But quickly before we move on, I was just trying to get a sense of what you think about iron ore, because you've seen quite the decline coming in, close to those mid $90 a ton levels as far as iron ore is also concerned. And other than that, when you talk about copper as well, on the flip side, you're seeing a little bit of strength come back there. So both of these commodities, any view that you have?
See, yesterday we saw a sharp correction in all the base metal, might be in copper, zinc, even iron ore, and even on the aluminum, because there is a lower demand from the Chinese due to the lunar holiday. And we are expecting as dollar index is increasing, so there is some the safe haven demand, or you can say some correction in the base metal due to the increase in the dollar index. And definitely Chinese is on holiday, so there is no such demand. That's why we saw a sharp correction in the base metal. Even we are very optimistic for the longer term horizon in all the base metal, particularly in copper, particularly in iron ore, because it requires for AI kind of thing, AI journey. So that will be required for the AI, the atmosphere or AI infrastructure. So we are very optimistic for the base metal, particularly in iron ore and copper for the longer term. But short term, we are
Hmm.
expecting little bit might be on a range bound momentum due to the Chinese holidays.
No, absolutely, Mr. Gupta. And short term is a little bit of a catch-22 right now in this particular market right now. But thank you so much for taking time out and joining us this afternoon.